morning, friends. I'm Diane from Boho Stamper. And I don't hear anything yet. So I'm hoping I'm not getting audio today, or come on. Oh, it appears that I am. Maybe my phone's just being silly. There we go. It was my phone, or maybe it was just me. How about that? Not the phone. Oh, so it's Tuesday, not my normal day. But I'm trying to get my phone over here out of the way, make sure that we are on screen. I'm trying to work on my 5-item swap that was coordinated by Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. And I have already, I meant to link that video too. That's what, I'm starting a little later than normal because I was trying to get all the video links in the description box for you. And I forgot to put my own video in there that I had from Janie when I did her 5-item swap. And that was this page. Let me see, I guess I gotta move this up a little bit now, huh? Yeah, so Janie had sent me a lot of botanical papers, and I kept all of her little notes and stuff over here in a pocket. I want to make a tag, I think, to put in this. This was actually her packaging that she sent my stuff in, but it was too pretty to throw away. And then I had made this little page, whatever you want to call it, using her 5 items that she wanted me to use. So I finally got my own journal put together, a little art journal here, and I wanted to do this so that I had somewhere to create these things. And last year, if I would have known that this was something that I would continue and that Barbara was going to sponsor, you know, that she did this, not sponsored, but initiated this for us folks every year, I would have saved this. This is the one that I did last year. And this is the one that I had made from my items that I received from Wendy in New Mexico. And I did not video this one because I didn't know this was an ongoing project, and but I liked it. So, and this was in August. And Wendy had sent me a playing card, a plastic sleeve, a book page, tissue paper, and a bead. And it was a little challenging for me because she sent me a playing card with some Japanese cherry blossoms on there. And I've never really done anything too much with an Eastern or Oriental design. And so I did make a page, and I used some vellum and die cut some little flowers and stamped. And hopefully my cherry blossoms kind of went with the greeting card, but I kept her little letter and her name and everything in there, and added the bead as a bookmark. So I knew, evidently I thought if I did more I would add it to this book, but instead I wanted something a little bit bigger. This actually was one of the hand sewn books that I had made from the bookmaking class that I took. So anyway, on to today's. So I ended up with 3 folks to swap items with. Janie was the first one that I had received items back from. And then I got my items from Jovi in Florida. And Jovi is Creating with Jovi on YouTube. And I did put her link in my description box. As well as Scissors and Smiles with Sonja, because her items are on deck, shall we say, because I'm trying to do a different video for each one. Now, I did have these unpackaged from the envelopes, and Jovi had sent her items in these cute little paper envelopes that she made with some washi tape, and one had the 5 items and one had some extras, and these were all the little extra things in the second envelope, which are going to be fun too, but I don't know that I'm necessarily going to use them in my 5 items swap. We'll see if they find a place, we'll use them up. But the first envelope that she sent me had beautiful bright colors, which we need right now because it is snowing here again. We weren't supposed to get it to snow today, but we are. It's snowing. Not a lot, but it's still snowing. So she sent me this red doily, a summertime page from a calendar. Where'd my little flower go? She sent me this invitation, a little picnic invitation with pretty watermelons and pickles and ketchup and mustard. Can't wait. Oh, there's my flower. A rose. And a piece of granny apple green ribbon. And so the reason I have my sewing machine over on a desk on the other side of the room, and it's really sort of not feasible for me to move my camera from one end of the room to the other when I want to sew something. So when I unpacked it, I immediately knew that I wanted to make this into a little booklet. So I took it to the sewing machine and I just added some little scrap coffee dyed papers to the center, sewed it down the middle, and then trimmed it so that it was the same shape as the invitation. Yep, so that was already one thing done. I didn't know what I wanted to do with the green ribbon, although I wanted to add it because it's perfect with all of this. So some of her packaging envelope had pretty colors in it, and so I ripped them into about 1/2-inch strips, and I found some of the more colorful pieces on the maps that were on that page, and just stitched them down the green ribbon and made a ruffle. So I did do a couple of things off screen because I wanted to use my sewing machine. Also, in the essence of time, I backed this page from the calendar just with some packaging paper because I think I have an idea of what I want to do. I'm not sure. I also got glue on the front of it. So, let's get that glue off of there. Can't trust me with a glue stick. I'll make a mess every time. Okay, so I went into my little scrappy thing I have here, my little plastic bin, and tried to find a piece of cardstock that I could fit into my page. Now, which page was I going to use? I'm going to use this one, I think. I guess this one. And I wanted to add this in here and then layer on top of it, leaving this side open. If we can see, I don't know if I'm on here far enough. I wanted to leave this side open to maybe add a journal card and then just decorate the front of this. Oh no, I was going to add my little notebook in there. That's right. I wanted to add my little notebook inside of there. So I then bought this calendar page. Has a perfect border over here to fold and make a flip. So maybe I don't want to use this page. Maybe I want to use one on this side so that this will flip open and I can write behind it or on the back of my calendar page. So I might have to do that. So the first thing I guess I need to do, and I don't know how I'm going to use the doily or the rose yet, but I do want to score along that edge and make a bit of a flip. I didn't want to press too hard because I guess I could have done a little harder. I didn't want to tear the paper. Wasn't quite sure how strong this was. So this has been fun. Trading items with these ladies, and I'm very appreciative to Barbara for allowing us to do this, or introducing us to this. As I said, this is my second year, and because I had asked several people if they were interested on her YouTube channel, and I wasn't getting any response, and then all of a sudden 3 of us answered each other at the same time. I ended up with 3 folks this year, so it's fun. Okay, I gotta keep reminding myself my opening's on my right. Okay. And so this might be not there. I also pulled out some of the background papers that I've done. This is one I did with some alcohol ink, and I tried to find something that had some pretty colors in there that would go with the Sunrise Washboard Company calendar page. And I had a couple that I found. This one I think is probably the winner because it's got some reds, a little bit of this orangish color that kind of blends with that wood, and my bluish foil picks up the blue in the sky and in the bubbles. But I also found this one. This one I think is too much pink. Look at it on screen. I think it is too pink. I think I like the first one better with the red. And I thought that I could decorate the top of this back panel with some of that background paper. And I don't want to trim too much off of here unless I go to a different page because it's just everything before it. Yeah, okay. So I can trim off my cardstock there to be even up with make everything line up here, so I'll be able to glue it onto my journal page. So I hope everybody out there is staying warm and bearing through Mother Nature, whatever she is sending your way. I know so many places are having such horrible weather. We just need some of this picnic time sunshine. Look, hit you in the head. I do it every time, don't I? Every single time. So maybe I'm going to put my ruffle. No, I think I'll put it on the edge so that it sticks out of my journal page a little bit. Yes, I think I will. I think it'll still open. Unless I put it on the back side. Maybe I could do that, huh? Yeah, that's probably a better bet. If I glue it onto the back, and then my flip will still open. Yep. Okay. And if you hear my tummy growling, I apologize. I did eat breakfast, but I don't know why it's acting like it's hungry again. And I don't want this background to go down so far on the inside because I want this open to be able to write in. So let's trim some of this off. Oh, I need it to be about that long right there. Yes, I have Sonja's stuff sitting there. I'm not quite sure what I have in mind for that one yet. that there, this here, my little ruffle on the back, and possibly we will do that. No, I don't want to put too much behind that because of my little ruffle. Or I could leave this open as a pocket, and I'm so silly. Yeah, let's just slip it right down in there. It'll fit. Perfect. And then my rose. What will we do with you, pretty little rose? I wonder if she made that. It's very cute. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Let's get, I should probably just take the signature out of this. That's why I made it the way I made it, so that it would be easier to work in. So I should probably utilize what I did, right? So we could do something or to have something and not use it the right way. Right? Sort of like craft supplies, you know, we get them and then we keep them because they're so pretty. Well, then what was the point in getting them? And I want to use this one because this is watercolor paper. And I put that in there on purpose so that I could watercolor. This will work. Yay. Okay. Glue. Where did I put all my glue? I was working on my Alice journal yesterday. Now this stuff, I think I should probably, do I want to put the red more on top or the, yes, I want the red to stand out. Gold more on top. I try to look at it on the camera sometimes because it's sort of like stepping away and looking at it, and it gives me a completely different perspective. And since the camera is a couple of seconds behind, I'm going to put the red on the top, behind what I'm actually doing. I tend to hesitate. So it's not really dead space there. It's me just thinking. And I'm going to try glue stick on this. This is Yupo paper that I had alcohol inked on. And I don't know if glue stick is really going to work on that. I'll give it a try. If it doesn't, then I'll move to like a tacky glue or something. It should, because Yupo is non-porous, but it's also very shiny and slippery, so it was one reason I wanted to get my sewing pieces done and ready, so that, because I first glued my little map colors on there before I stitched it, and I wanted that glue to dry and have my stitching done. So lovely. And then, you know what I can do on here? And I did this on journals before. I just have to remember, I think it was called brush strokes. Brush strokes. Maybe not. I thought I had a stamp that just made lines, and I thought it was called brush strokes. I thought that would be nice to just stamp some lines on there so that I'd have kind of a guide. Oh, you know what? It probably is with something else from when I did that last journal. I probably didn't put it back right. OPQR. Either that or I thought I was never going to use it again and I put it in my pile to try to sell. I hope I didn't do that because I do use it. I'm a ding dong. Oh, do I have anything else with stripes on it? No, I don't think I do. Well, I'll have to add that. Because I don't know where I put it. That was just silly. The snow's kind of pretty today, I guess. It's sort of dancing around out there like it's just flurries. It just was very... We weren't supposed to get snow today, was the whole thing. It wasn't supposed to snow until tomorrow, and then when I looked at the weather, it actually had changed to Thursday. So when I got up this morning and let Cammy out, well, I can't tuck that in there because I'm going to journal with that. I can tuck it in the top. And I saw that snow. I just told her we were going to go back to bed and cuddle up. That was the end of that. Okay, so this is going to open up here. I think I'm just going to cut a piece of this off, and that way I'll have a little bit more for possibly some of the other items that she sent. Can't use that big page. I could use the other side of the big page. And it almost looks like red sunshine. And this could still, no, we could put it in the top. So we'll slide it in. Can you tell I'm completely undecided what to do? Completely. Unless we do 2 pages. That might work. We can just add this other piece of that yellow paper. I wish it was a little wider. I just flipped that right on the top of it. Or, instead of hiding that, let's just get another piece of that cardstock that I had left over. Layer this across the bottom. It can be a little bit of a pocket, and I can, I don't know where I put my pencil right now, there it is. I can have my little notebook on it. Yeah, okay. And I can put my red doily behind that. Lovely. Lovely. I need to change my blade on my trimmer. I have my circle punch over there. This on here, I probably should trim just a tad off of the edge so it doesn't get hung up in the center of my page. Yipper. Okay. So thank you, ladies, for swapping with me and giving me something to play with here. Let's move the coffee out of the way. If I don't bring it up here with me, I always start coughing. So I like to have a cup with me just in case. And I can decorate this pocket a little bit. Although I'm not really going to see it, am I? So it's not that that matters so much. And I think I will just do this on 3 sides here and leave my end open, but I can tuck another card in. I do see a potential for my tag though to get stuck on the back of where I made my flip. So let me grab, here I have some masking tape and it's red because that's what I was using in my Alice journal. But I think I'm going to put a piece of tape over that little flap that I made. Just so when I do make my won't get stuck on there sliding in and out. Oh, I glued it on the wrong side, didn't I? Did everybody holler at me when I was doing it? Did y'all tell me? Because obviously I didn't pay any attention to what you were saying. Now my husband would say that that's par for the course. Forgot which side I was doing this on. Silly girl. You only need 1 wipey, not 4. That glue off of there. Goofball. Better. By the time I get done, it's going to be dry everywhere except where I wanted it. Or where I didn't want it, I mean. Okay, try again. If at first you don't succeed, do it the right way the second time. Oh good, it didn't stick. Yay! Hip hip hooray! And then, actually, if this is too flimsy, I can trim that packaging paper off to give this a little more stability. Okay. We'll add this to the back of that page. And trying to get the little wrinkle out. And then maybe I have a word over here to add to that. I love this red. Yeah, so I did link all the ladies' YouTubes below. So pop over and show them some love. Now don't forget to like and subscribe. That helps. That always helps crafters out, you know. Well, just a little too, oh, you know what though? I could trim that back off a little bit because that's just the shape of the picnic basket that we're not going to see. Let's trim that a little bit straight so it'll go into the pocket. So I wonder if when everybody does their swap items, if they're thinking when they watch the videos, oh, I'd have done this or I'd have done that. I was so curious to see how everybody was doing their pages. I don't think it really crossed my mind. Well, I kind of felt bad because I think that the one I had sent along a little cameo in my 5 items, and I think that gave everyone some thought, you know, what to do with that. And I hope it wasn't discouraging, because none of this, I think, was supposed to be a discouraging project. It was supposed to just all be fun. Okay, so there's my little notebook. I can take that out and write on it and then put it back into the pocket, which I can decorate a little further. I might use some of this, again, this paper that everything was wrapped in. Like, this is a pretty design here. Yeah, it is. Let's use a little bit more of that red. I left my tear ruler over on the other side. Oh, and I should probably just reach over and get it, because I can't tear a straight line. Just make a little collage right here. I'm going to add my ribbon. Which side? Put my tape back over there so I don't stick something to it inadvertently. Oh, what other colors were on that paper? I know, oh yeah, I wanted to keep her address and stuff in my little pocket. What about these little extras? We have something on there maybe? Not pink. Not pink. That can be for a pink page. A little bit of red. want something just pretty under here so that when I take the little notebook out, there's something decorative. Where did I lay my words? And I have words printed from everybody from Tracy Fox and 49 Dragonflies and Pink Monarch, and so let's use Barbara's from 49 Dragonflies since this was her project. So I have good vibes. And I saw one that #weekend. All right. Let's put this on here. Oh, I didn't put my pin in there. I'm really horrible at this lately. My glue's gonna dry up and then I'll be sitting here crying about that. And you know what? This is going to go, I think I am going to probably strengthen this paper. It's not as strong as what I thought it was. So let's just put this over this way. And my ribbon I'm going to use on a journal card to tuck behind that calendar. But I don't need it all, because I want a little bit more green. There's my little tablet. Well, I think I'll put that right in the middle. And then all we need is a card, a journal card to slide behind there. Add our ribbon and a rose. Oh, don't forget the rose. So we have to have this up a little higher because it is so dimensional. I wonder if I could just put it in the center of my spread here. I think that'll work. Grab another piece of cardstock, or do I have enough left? Or maybe enough left in this one. Yes, yes. Good, good. Crooked on the end, very crooked. This is a little bit heavier cardstock. This is some of my Stampin' Up paper that I had left, so this is the thicker, so it doesn't really tear. And can't get that little flap folded down. I was going to kind of simulate my collage there, since I'm going to put my ribbon along here. I like that green ribbon. Granny Apple Green. Oh, look, there's red. I went quiet again. Sorry. I have to, I'm also trying to think of what else I have to get ready on my Alice journal, because that's tomorrow. And then, of course, I want to get my items together for Sonja's. I'm going to think what I'm going to do with those. I think I'm going to use tacky glue on this and then clip it for a couple minutes to hold it, because my ribbon is a little bit thick since I stitched it. And I don't trust it to just, oh, I can't get these open. I'm such a weakling. It's not really a hard cap to pull off of there. I have such a hard time with it. My fingers don't want to work. Maybe they're cold. Maybe if we had a little more sunshine. Yep. I'm just going to clip this for a little while to dry. Yes, I'm not one of those tech-savvy people who can do my video and then edit it and make it pretty. So what you see is what you get. When I mess up, you get to watch me mess up and then try to fix it. And when something needs to dry, you get to see it sit aside until the glue dries. While that's sitting there for a minute, let's see what we're going to do with this rose. I just am baffled by the rose. I hope that I still think I'm going to put it in the center so that when I close my journal, it can stick out of the top a little bit and not get squished. And I made this art journal Midori style so that I can add signatures or remove them easily. So I think this will work. The elastic from my journal cover can just go right alongside of here. And let me see. Let's add that with some washi. I don't have the beautiful selection of washi tape that many junk journalers do. I only have a few. Oh, but I have some of green grass. Don't have red. I have a couple bright greens. Oh, that green will work, huh? That matches our ribbon and the pickle juice. Oh, that is a good color, huh? Pickle juice green. I'll put the cap back on that glue. And I don't know how sticky this washi is. So I guess we will add a little glue stick to the back of that, because I don't want it coming off. Once we get our little rose situated here. Oh, it's stuck into my finger. Come on, come on. You want to be a part of this. I know you do. Yeah, I know you do. And then we can just add some of that washi in on another piece of our journal spread here. Oh, maybe on the card also. I suppose if I had more washi tape selection, I would use it more, but green is so cool. I've been thinking, I told hubby I want to do a garden again this year. I don't know if he's going to go for it. We had a beautiful garden. My prettiest garden I ever had out back was when I had used the landscaping fabric under my plants and kept my weeds at bay and made a raised bed back there, and my garden was gorgeous. Absolutely the best I'd ever had. And then I got sick and had to have some chemo and radiation and all the fun stuff that just zaps all of the energy out of you. And so Hub said, you know, you're not going to go do your garden next year. So he rototilled it under and put grass seed in. And he's a happy camper because now he can just tractor right over it and not worry about going around my plants. But when we went to the farmer's market last year and tomatoes were just so ridiculous, it's like, this is why we grow our own. And we do put out a couple of little just planter pots on the deck, and I add some peppers and tomatoes, and my son and daughter-in-law last year gave me some extra plants that they had, which was really nice because I didn't have to go out and buy extra vegetables. And yeah, so we get a little bit off of that, but I mean, I miss being able to just go out there but they are a lot of work. Gardens are a ton of work. I'm going to add a little bit more up here on the rows. Try to make sure that stays on there. And there we have my page. So Jovi, I hope this makes you smile and you like what I was able to do with, oops, save that little red fabric. So we have our red doily, and we used the invitation and made a little notebook. We're able to just add a pocket. And I think, so I don't lose her name and address, I'm going to put it inside my little notebook there. So that can set down in the pocket. And then we have our little flip out to journal in here and write down what the 5 items were. I'll make a little note. And then here's a little journal card on the side. And I know I'm not an inker. I don't ink all over everything. I think it's pretty. It's just something that I've never gotten in the habit of doing. But I will find my stamp that makes the lines, and I will stamp some lines on here. They're very faint, but it just gives me a little bit of a guideline when I'm writing on there. So thanks for joining me today while we did our 5-item swap that was organized by Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. And then again, this 5 items was creating with Jovi out of Clearwater, Florida, that I shared with. And I really had fun doing this. So thank you, Jovi, and thank you, Barbara. And don't forget to look at I do have a playlist that I add these to. So you'll be able to go back in and look at the other artists also and see what items they had sent. So y'all have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you back here soon with another 5-item page, and tomorrow with Alice in Wonderland. Bye, everyone.